I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, did crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get on out my problems, let me when I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. If you were me and didn't have, look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
It's 50, Max, 50. Let's go. Watch twist.
Here's Le'Veon Bell's first carry as a New York Jet. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, this Week 1 matchup pitting a couple Empire State rivals, no strangers to each other. They were both original members of the AFL, the American Football League, way back in 1960 to 1969. It's been a close series. Bills lead it all time, 62-55. And, of course, both of these franchises really feel like they have their quarterbacks of the future in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. On second down now, it's Bell, and he will lose yardage and be... Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Go.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a noon one. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
At the Bills' 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch! Switch! 80. General West.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Used to have a coach who tells us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got a man. It's Brashon Perriman. And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Check 43. Shift. Watch the shift. Oh, man, 80.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Go, Sack. Mark 50. Not today, you are. Not today. Check. Cross.
Now Bell. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen to throw. To throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, Roy. Check. Watch 54. Check.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
First down, Bills.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Allen again. This will be caught by Brown. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And again, it's Allen. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Around 80. I don't think you got it, son. Hey, switch gears.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a gain of 35. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the pecking order in the NFL rushing ranks. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Red 80. Red 80. Red 80.
Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's not often that you get 19-year-olds that enter the NFL, but this guy is absolutely special. Tremaine Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, 6'4", 250-plus pounds, can run like a deer. We just saw his ability to flash and make plays.
His brother Terrell also taken in the 1st round. First set of brothers taken in the 1st round of the same draft in NFL history. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
I'm coming after you. Fifty's the mic. Bravo. Let's go, D. Hey, 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 hey. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
To return is McKenzie. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To the air. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come to my world. We won, man.
Darnold from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bell.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. From the 41, Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Throwing on first down is Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
They'll run it with Bell. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's good for Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. This is Bell. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because it really...
This is caught inside the 15. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Hey, orbit. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, 80.
Now it's Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Allen. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's now 2nd and 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 9, check 9. Motion, 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 motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Now Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 78 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tight right, tight. 5 wide. You got 3, 3 down. Let's go. 57.
And here's Allen operating from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Middle. Hey. High 7.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Over the middle here to Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Allen to throw once more. Rolling to his left. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Hey, tight. Alert. We go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. He finds Yeldon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Allen. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Allen now looks to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Bell. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27.
56. Jet. Regular. Bang. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, Delta. Here we go.
Now Allen from the gun, he'll throw. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Allen taking it himself. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bills get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Kill. Recon, 132 fighter. Six guys. Check 6 guys. Pump. Motion.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
You draw Corker.
Darnold now to throw. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
McKenzie now to return it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
He's checking. Crash.
Alert. Regular.
Now Allen to try again after the pick-6. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen now throwing again. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, he's going to fire one deep left. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They give him a gain of 37. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that, has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Bell. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Bell. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Check. 3 down. My 50.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen going to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Allen going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
We're going to sign. 50's the Mike. Let's get the ball. Ready? Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Mike,
319.
watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Watch that. Watch that.
Hey, tight.
Allen now on first down. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Check hot route. Hot.
Alert.
To the air, Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Jets, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.